Good morning, CS students. Mr. Smith here. Just want to walk through. I'm going to go ahead and make a video for the demonstration I'm going to do in class on December 1st, and basically we have been working through the Mastering Loops lab, and I've decided that during class we're going to walk through Jump Rope for Heart just to kind of review loops and repetition. It's a good one to review how to do while loops. And then throughout the week, are going to be working on grade calculator as your lab, as your formative assessment this week. So I just wanted to create a video. That way, if y'all needed a little extra enrichment or remediation on your own, it was available to you. All right, so let's go ahead and just pop right on into it. Alright, so the first thing we need to do, guys, is if you go to our It's Learning page, still working in week 14, November 30th through December 4th. On Tuesday is when we're going to be doing this, and you'll see that I have a demonstration planned, and it's the Jump Rope for Heart program out of the Mastering Loops lab. So if you click on the Mastering Loops lab, it'll pull up. And you can download it and open it. I've already opened it up just for time's sake. But the problem that I'm going to be demoing in class and walking through with your help and guidance is Jump Rope for Heart. So when I was a kid in elementary school, Jump Rope for Heart was something that, you went to your grandma and you asked them, how much can you donate per jump? And then I'd go and just jump, 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 maybe make about 20 bucks fundraising. I'm not even sure where that money went, but I just remember we did it. So we're going to write a program. I'm going to read this real quick. So write a program that will ask the user for a donation rate per jumps to donate to the American Heart Association. Then ask the user how many jumps the first person made. Calculate the amount of money earned by this person, allow another person to jump, allow the user to have more people jump until they stop. Keep track of the total number earned. All right, so we instantly know we're going to need a scanner and we're going to need a while loop because we want them to keep jumping like new people jump. Like if I had our whole class jump over and over again until we ran out of people. So it's going to be a while loop situation because we don't know how many people there are. If we had an exact number, it would be a for loop situation. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to open up NetBeans. I'm going to start a new project. I'm going to call it Jump Rope for Heart. Jump Rope for Heart. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all the comments just to make a little extra space for us. All right, so as I told y'all, right, we're going to have to take in the donation rate from the user and also whether or not there's another person jumping. So we're going to need our scanner. So step 1, import scanner, import java.util.scanner. All right, step 2, create scanner, static scanner keyboard equals new scanner system.in. Pretty easy. All right, step 3. Step 3 is prompt the user. All right, so if you remember, it wants us to find out what is the rate, what is the jump rope rate. All right, so I'm actually going to make this a print because I want it to be on the same line when they answer. All right, so step 4 is store user input. So that's going to be a dollar amount, so let's make that a double. I'm just going to call it rate, and we'll use our scanner and do next double. All right, so all I've done is go through the scanner process. So imported scanner, created the scanner, prompt the user for how much money, stored the amount of money that per jump. All right. So what we need to do, let's take a look back at our lab. So write a program that will ask the user for a donation rate. We have that. Then ask the user how many jumps the first person made. All right, so we need to ask them how many jumps the first person made. All right, so how many jumps person 1 make? Alright, cool. So we need to store that. So I'm going to go ahead and store that as a double, just so you know we're using doubles throughout. And so far we have the rate and we have how many jumps. Alright, so just going through the lab, doing what it's asking us to do. Alright, so calculate the amount of money earned by this person. Calculate the amount of money earned by the... Okay, so new variable called total money is going to be equal to the rate times num jumps, right? That's how we get the total amount of money. Awesome. Yeah, so we have the rate, we have the number of jumps. All right, so we've got our program going, so let's just take a second to test it. I'm going to click the button, let it run, and it says, what is the jump rope rate? Let's say I do $2 per jump. How many jumps did one person make? They made 100. All right. Oh, we didn't print anything out, so we don't know if it works. I am going to go back and make this a print, not a print line, just so that like when I go here, it's all on just one line. I think that looks a little cleaner. All right. So if we wanted, we could just write a quick print statement to make sure everything's working. Total money raised, and then we could say plus total money. All right. So I'm just going to run it to double check. $2 and 100 jumps makes $200. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so now we've got to implement where if there's more than one jumper, this just keeps running. So allow another person to jump. All right, so let's ask them if there's another person. All right. I'm just going to do a print. So is there another, maybe I'll just say another jumper. Yes or no. All right, then I need to store their answer, so that'll be a string. And because it's a string, it's keyboard.nextLine. All right. So now we can do a while loop. So we need a while loop until the answer is no, which means no more jumpers. All right, so we want to loop until there's no more jumpers. So while answer dot equals ignore case. All right, I'm doing that so that they can enter yes, or they could enter yes, or they could enter yes, or they could enter, you know, whatever, like capitals won't matter. That's why I'm using equals ignore case. So as long as they say yes, we want to ask them, all right, how many jumps? All right, as long as they say yes, how many jumps? And then we want to store that. So num jumps right here. So I'm just copying and pasting, guys, you know. So how many jumps? And then I'm storing the number of their jumps. Then I need to do the calculation. So the total money, and we want to add, so it's going to be plus equals whatever the rate times num jumps is. Oh, I guess we should also ask them, like, I don't know if, does each person have their own rate? Like, does the problem tell us? Then ask the user, calculate the amount of money earned by this, allow another person to jump. Okay, so maybe we also do the rate also, right? So yeah, so let's ask them what their rate is too. So they could do their rate and they can do how many jumps. So there's the rate. Oh, I messed up. Alright, so I'm just going to copy and paste. So inside the while loop, what is the jump rope rate? So basically everything we did up here, we're also putting in our while loop. And again, guys, I don't have to copy and paste the word double right here because you only put that the first time you initialize it. Alright, so it's just rate is equal. Alright, and here you got to make sure you do a plus equals because you want to keep adding on to the total. So if the first person made 200 and the next person made 300, it would keep adding to our total money because that is what our problem wants. Calculate, allow another person to jump, allow the user to have more people jump, keep track of the total. We want the total of everyone. Alright, so basically we're going to calculate the total and then we need to ask them again, is there another jumper? So we need this in our while loop. So we basically have done, we did everything at the top. You know, we went through the logic of the program at the top, but then we just had to redo the logic again. All right, so once we break our while loop, we need to print out the total money raised again. So right here, total money raised, that needs to go right here under our while loop. So let's test it. Probably got some mistakes, that's fine. First person was $2 at 100 jumps. They made $200. Uh-oh, but then it doesn't work. Another jumper, yes or no? Alright, so in Java, there's an issue that happens sometimes with next double, where if you have a next double and then the next scanner is a next line, it'll break it. So we have to change this to a next instead of a next line. And that should fix it. So let me... Nope, didn't fix it. Okay, then this has to become a next. Oh, it's this one. This one's probably the issue. Alright, so $2, 100. Yeah. Okay, so again, sometimes when you're using next double, like next line, then a next double, and then a next line, something in Java messes up, so you have to change the next lines to be next. So for strings, you can use next or next line. It's probably safer just to use next because sometimes it messes up with the doubles. So again, if I run this, let's take a look here. I'm going to run it. $2, 100 jumps. They raised 200. Yes, another jumper. 50 cent. They made 2 jumps, so this should be $201. So if I say no now, yep, $201. Alright, so our program works. We've used a while loop. We did a lot here, and I know I kind of went through it pretty fast, but you know, you're able to pause and slow down and rewind if you need to see something again. Alright, so that is how you would do Jump Rope for Heart. Like I said, I'm going to go through this during the class. I'm going to move a lot slower with y'all, and we'll talk about it. Alright guys, let me know if you need anything. I'm always here, and keep programming.